So we have done the basic versions of SQL Server, history and editions, hardware and software requirements. So next tools which we need to use the SQL Server, we have the two options. Okay, GUI and graphical user. So mostly we can able to use GUI. So parallelly we can use the character user interface. That means command prompt. So these are all the things we have completed already. SQL Server 2000 installation, anything is the same. Prerequisites for installation. What are the components we need? .NET framework, some basic kind of software is required. That will be defaultly available. If not, we need to install. While doing installation, if you have any component is missing, you will get an error or you will get a pop-up option. We need to download first this. According to that, we can proceed. So the next one, different types of instances we can able to install in SQL Server. So we can call it as a default instance and named instance. Two types are there. So when we go to the default instance, our computer name will act as a default instance. That is the only one feasibility to install the SQL Server. Okay. Second one, named instance. So we can able to install till 49 named instances is possible. Okay. So someone is muted. Unmute. Sure. Okay. So next one, service accounts, sorry, instance aware and unaware services. In SQL Server, when you install the SQL Server also, so multiple services are installing. The two default services are very important. SQL Server Engine Service and SQL Server Agent Service. And there is some unaware services like full text service, SQL Server Browser Service. There are some more couple of unaware services. That means that is not aware to the SQL Server engine, but that will be help to use the some other purpose. That we can call it as a unaware services. That later point of time we can go with that in detail. Not required much on that. Next, coming to the service accounts. Here also two options are there. While installing SQL Server or any software, there will be two options. Either you are creating a separate service account means a separate login, separate user, which is there at Windows level. That is called act as a account. Same username and password while logging into your laptop. The same user will act as a one customized service account while configuring the or installing the SQL Server. So there will be an option, specify the service account, username and password. If you have your own user account and password in that machine or that server, then you can pass that account user as to that service account. Either domain level, you can give the domain user in Office. So we can mostly we have the domain accounts. So every project having a separate domain. In that domain, they are creating your name as your username as account with some password. That will be acting as a customized service account. So in our laptop or our local practice purpose, if you install, if you want, you can create your own users. Otherwise, we have an option default service accounts or inbuilt service accounts. I already shown you last time. So all the services is available in services.msg. When you open the service.msg service, it will open all the services, whatever the software is installed in your laptop. It will show everything. So if the service name is inbuilt means we are using like a local service account or NT authority service accounts. So like that we can able to use it. I am not using local service accounts. I am using our own service accounts means you need to create your own service accounts. I think someone again unmuted. Sure. If any problem, don't use the headphones. Okay, if you see here, these are all the different services. I am also not aware. These many services are running in my laptop. But at the time of OS installation, so many services came. After that, if we install any other softwares, we'll get it the most of the services. But we don't want to know all these services. We are not working as a Windows administrator. Windows administrator means they want to know more clarification on these services, but we don't want much clarity on this. But what we can able to see here, we need to know the basic idea. So if you install any software, what type of service is coming into the services list. So I will install the SQL Server, what it is running. If you install the Java, Java is coming. If you install .NET, .NET is coming. If you install Azure, Azure it is coming. So different options. If you install the Zoom, Zoom is also an application, right? You will get some related services is running here. Like that. Okay, if you see here SQL Server, how many services are there? Full text service for default instance, named instance 1, named instance 2. This only if you call it as SQL Server means that is SQL Server engine service or main service. If you see here SQL Server agent means this is the jobs related agent service. These two are the main important aware services. Other than this, unaware services. Some more is also there. We don't want that also. Just what we need to know, what services comes under aware, what services comes under unaware. I'll give the clear answers for that. So just there will be a question in the interview. What are the SQL Server instance aware services and unaware services? So at that time, you need to tell the answer. What are the services comes under aware? What are the services comes under unaware? Right? Not going to some deep level. Let's leave it. Okay. Okay. Let's come to the collation setting. This is the basic. You all aware of it. This is a kind of language setting. When we specify anything, we can specify the country level. Each and every collation is different. So when you install the SQL Server in Indian collation setting, Asia collation setting, SQL Server underscore Latin General CA underscore AS underscore CP, there will be a default option. Already I shown you. Same thing we can answer this. Next, authentication modes and their importance. This also we covered it. Two types of authentication modes. Why I am repeating again means this is the basics are very important. So we need to know the more clarity on this. That's why I'm repeating. I think this is the third time I am repeating. So I don't go to the again next time. Just please bear just for revising. So if you are revising, this is fine. If you are not revising, when we start into the new class, just for 10 minutes, we need to discuss the last class. It will be the easy to continue the next class. So because these are all the basics, I think some of them today newly joined. So that's why I'm just giving the brief idea once again. Authentication modes. So we have two options here also. I already shown you practically. So this is the see when we connect to the SQL Server using SSMS Studio. So here this is the option called authentication. So what type of authentication? In SQL Server, two types of authentications. Okay, this down one is not related to us. This is the cloud related things. So please ignore these. We need only the first one and second one. Windows authentication means Windows authentication mode. SQL Server, when we use the SQL Server authentication mode, then we can call it as a mixed authentication mode. In this case, so we'll get the both Windows authentication and the mixed authentication. Mixed means both. So we can able to log in both ways, either SQL Server or Windows. But when you go to the only Windows, we can't log in into the both. That is the simple. Next one, I am going with Windows authentication. Just select it, click the connect button. So this instance is connecting to SQL Server user instance, that is named instance. Before going to connect any server, you need to clear idea. Clear verification is very important. In real time also, when you want to connect to the any server, you need to double check it. Are you connecting to the right server or not? Are you connecting to the right IP, right name or not? If you spell it one letter, maybe the same letter with we have some other server, you are connected with the wrong server. So mostly, I told you right, there is a DR concept, disaster recovery, prod server and secondary servers. That means primary server and secondary servers. Mostly you will get a one or two letters names are different. Maybe the prod server is one, maybe DR server, it might be the name is last two. The remaining all is same. Maybe sometimes the same login is also work in the both ways. So if you are not thoroughly verified which server you are going to be connect, so you are connecting to one server. Instead of that, you add only one letter mistake. You are connecting to some other server. Maybe happened. Okay. So not possible 99%, but there is a chance. So same server to same name unte, then you are going to connect in a wrong server. Maybe database is also sometimes it match. You did the wrong deployment, wrong execution. So it will be a explanations why you connected wrong server. So that's why twice, thrice you need to cross check when you are not comfortable on the server's connection level. So you need to connect thoroughly, check twice. So no problem. If you take 1 minute delay, not more than that. So when you cross check double time, though you are in the right direction, right server, no issues. So I connected to this server using Windows authentication. Next, service packs, all cumulative updates. This already I told you, just like an updates. When you install the SQL Server, every 3 months you will get the service packs. In between service pack to service packs, you will get the cumulative updates, CU1, CU2, CU3. In between the cumulative update to cumulative update or service pack, maybe any emergency change you need to apply, you need to get the hot fix. This means it is a very emergency change, so we need to fix immediately. This is also possible in any software. This is not for only SQL Server. So most of the softwares, so we have a different kind of update versions and different names. So in SQL Server, this is the naming convention, service packs, cumulative updates. Mostly Microsoft is following same kind of process for every software. Either Windows also they are following the service packs. Next, so troubleshooting. So same thing I already told you, when you install anything, so you are going to be troubleshoot why it is failed. So there will be a summary.txt file that is there in the shared location. I will show once again. If anything failed while doing the installation, where you want to verify. So go to the C directory, wherever you install. I installed in C directory. So program files, Microsoft SQL Server, there will be a separate folder. So here you will get, I installed 4 instances basically. The 4 servers I installed in my laptop. That's why that is getting bit slow. I will remove 2 instances tomorrow. Remove means uninstall. Okay. So this is the default. This is the named instance 1. This is the named instance 2. This is the Express edition. So when you go to the, I already told you the naming convention, right? This is the shared folders. You will get it by default 80, 90, 110, 140, 150. I installed 2019. That's why 150 came. I installed 2017. That's why 140 came. These are all the empty features, shared features. In future you install 110, no need to come again the 110 folder. So the same folder it will be used. This we can call it as a shared resources. Shared resources are installed only one time for the entire SQL instance. Only one time installed all the SQL Server shared features. That is the first time. If you install the second time installation, you will change the basic features, not the shared features. If you already install the shared features, automatically that is in disable mode. You should not again install twice in the shared services. Okay, that I already showed in the last installation video. If you want, you can verify it. Okay, just go to the 140 or any version. Setup.boot bootstrap is there. This is the folder. Go to this folder. There will be a log folder. Go to this log folder. So here there will be a summary. This is the text file. When you click the summary.txt, so you can able to see here your installation or service pack or cumulative update, anything you install is properly installed or not. You will see all errors. If you get any errors, if succeeded, you will show the all the options here. This is the way we need to troubleshoot. If it is pass, it is showing pass. If it is fail, it is showing is a fail. So this way we need to troubleshoot if any installation was not made properly. Okay. So the next point, database files and storage structure. What is their importance? I will show this one. So I already told you. So we can create any database. Go to the database option. You create any database. It will create the two files. So I will show this. I created the DB1. Let's go to the where we created the DB1 database. If you are not aware where you created, maybe we should not remember always. We need to forget the locations. Simple, if you are not aware, so simply go to the properties. It will show all the database properties. There will be an option called files. So select the files option. So there you can able to see where you created your database. Your database was created in C directory, program files, Microsoft SQL Server. This is the default location. I already told at the time of installation, we need to specify the where we need to keep the data files and log files. So this is the default location. We are not specified anywhere. All DBs are created in this data folder. If you want to change, you can change while installation. While installation also we can change. Otherwise, when we want to create the database also, you can change. That is our choice. So these two files are created by default. That is, one is MDF file, one is LDF. MDF for master data file. MDF stands for M for master, D for data, F for file. LDF file, log data file. This is the full form. When you create your database DB1, the name is automatically created DB1 underscore log. The log file extension always underscore log will be added. Okay. So next, the same dbname.mdf, db1 underscore log.ldf. This is the basic fundamental structure. When you create any database, it will be created like that. So where it is created in this location, you can go and verify. Is it physically visible or not? Yes, 100% is visible. Then only our DB is online. If anything wrong in this file, maybe this file is not available or this file is not if you have any problem, so your database is not coming into online. 1 second, I connected to wrong instance. So MS SQL Server data folder. So if you see here how many, so many files are there. If you see and clearly verify, so we can make it as a by type. See, or you can make it as a by name. Name it is better. Okay. If you see this DB1 and DB1 underscore log. This is the data file. This is the log file. Every database, two files are mandatory. One data file, one log file. Let's come to the another. There is a master database, master data file, master log file. MS data file, MIS, okay, miss log. This is the one database. Next, model database, model data file, model log file. MSDB database data file, MSDB log file. Next, MyDB, someone is I created my log. Like that, every database having two files or more than that also. I will tell you what is more than that. So this is the basic fundamental. Two files should be mandatory, one data file, one log file. Other than this also, we can able to create NDF file. N for next data file. NDF files we can create multiple. That is also optional, not mandatory. So basically these two are the enough. If we want, we can create multiple NDF files if our database is in more large size, like TBs, terabyte, 1 TB, 2 TB, 3 TB. If it is more large volume of data, then we can create the NDF files also. That I will discuss later point. So this is the basic. Every database having two files. If these two files are available with healthy, then only our database is coming into online. If anyone deleted this file, our database is corrupted. If anyone some edit this file and they have deleted some letters, that also corrupted. So our database is in corruption state. So requesting to you, don't go to, just you need to verify it. That's all. Don't open these folders and don't try to change or don't delete. Never do that type of things in real time. If you disturb it, the entire the database is going to be in a abnormal situation. Is a very big danger. So if normal our missions laptop also don't go to these locations. Try to change anything. Just what we need to, no need to verify also. Your database is online means definitely it will be there in the location. No need to go and do the manipulations. It is not good. Okay. Just for you are not aware of it. That's what I am showing physically where it is there. But not recommended to go to these locations and verifying. While doing verifying also without knowing our invention, so it will be some changes will be happen without our interaction. Okay. So better to go, don't disturb that data log files. If you want, you can do everything in the here only. If you want to sync or if you want to do anything, you can work it, but don't go to the physical locations. Okay, this is the way we can able to see the database. So I already told you how to connect to the database. Go to the new query window. So your query window will be shown. And you can use your required database and create the tables or procedures if required, because we are not developers, we don't want like that. If you want, we can create it. It's better some basic development. If not, also simple command use db1. So just execute this query. Your database is changed. If you see here, this is your database. So this is the graphical command, character command. If you want to change physically, go and load the drop down, whatever the database you want to select it. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. So tomorrow we'll go to the, I don't repeat again the previous thing.